This is a weird shirt for a review like this, but my kid got it for my birthday, so deal with it. MaXXXine is a brand new 2024 horror film directed by Ty West, starring Mia Goth, and this was easily one of my most anticipated movies of the year. Back in 2022, I think it was, X really took me by surprise, and then surprised me even more with the prequel, Pearl, and they announced this movie during the end credits of Pearl, so I've been really looking forward to this movie for 2 years now. So let's go ahead and talk about this movie, starting off with the good. And there's a lot that I really liked here. I know that this wasn't exactly anybody's favorite entry into the trilogy, but I thought it was still a damn good entry. First of all, Mia Goth is fantastic here. I think that she plays the character of MaXXXine very, very well. She was great in X, and then she was even better in Pearl as Pearl. So seeing her continue her character from X and see how the trauma of the events of X affected her, really, really great. I loved her performance here. Then you got a lot of other really great performances. First of all, Giancarlo Esposito doesn't have a lot of scenes, but he's still really good here. Really interesting to see him in a non-villainous role for once. Really fun performance from him. Then you got Elizabeth Debicki, and she's really great. Again, not a whole lot of scenes, but I really liked her character. I loved her scenes with Mia Goth. I thought that they played really well off one another. And you also have the two police detectives in this movie. First, you got Bobby Cannavale as a police detective who originally wanted to be an actor. I thought he was great. I love Bobby Cannavale. He's always got a fun screen presence. And along with him, you got Michelle Monaghan, and I thought that she was really great. I loved her chemistry with Bobby Cannavale. Both really fun characters in this movie. But the best performance in this movie, and I really want to talk about it, is Kevin Bacon. My God, this guy is fantastic here. I've always been a Kevin Bacon fan, and this might be a top 10 performance from him, honestly, because his character is Benoit Blanc from the Knives Out movies, but remove all of Benoit Blanc's morals. It's just a fun performance. I love the over-the-top southern accent Kevin Bacon's doing. Fun character, and I really liked him. And then the story here is pretty damn good. You got MaXXXine trying to make it big in Hollywood during the 80s, set to the backdrop of the Night Stalker killings. And I thought that it was really interesting how they did all this. This is during the big satanic panic of the 80s. You get news clips of all this stuff that's going on. You even get a news clip of Dee Snider defending rock and roll against a bunch of people who were quite crazy. But yeah, I really like the setting of this movie. 80s Hollywood, really fun setting, and you get some really cool kills in here. A lot of the kills are kind of, you only see the aftermath, but it's still really cool. I love the practical effects. And there's a very specific scene where Mia Goth is in an alleyway with another guy. That's all I'm going to say. To my male viewers, cross your legs when that scene happens. I really love that scene. It was really, really brutal and very cringe-inducing. But I really, really liked, like I said, the practical effects in this movie are fantastic. The soundtrack is absolutely killer. 80s rock is probably my favorite era of rock, and this movie definitely delivers on the soundtrack of the 80s. And the editing, really great as well. That's about all for the good. On to the bad. And there's one thing I really want to talk about, and it's the reveal in the third act of who the killer is. I'm not saying it's a bad reveal, because it's not, because it really fits in with the whole backdrop of the story, but it's a little too predictable. From the opening scene of the movie, I'm like, oh, So this is where we're going, and I guessed it 100% correctly. That's about all, though. Just a little predictable, that's all. That's about all for the bad on some final thoughts. I really, really dug MaXXXine. I know a lot of people didn't really care for this movie, and that's okay. I can get why this just wasn't for everybody. But I did enjoy it. MaXXXine is a great conclusion to the trilogy, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So that's my thoughts on MaXXXine. Have you seen this movie? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it if you have seen it. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.